Hello student, this is the second lecture of the unit alcohols. We were on classification of monohydric alcohols. So in this we finished with the first classification, that is alcohols containing C sp3, means this carbon is sp3 hybridized, and to that you have a hydroxyl group attached or bonded to it. So in this we studied different types of alcohols, that is primary alcohol, which bears the functional group CHHOH, that is CH2OH. So the examples includes over here are CH2OH, one H attached over here, so this particular it forms methyl. OH is termed as alcohol, methyl alcohol, or IUPAC name is alkanol. Alkane means one carbon atom. Alkane is methane. Remove the word E, add OL, methanol. Second primary alcohol, we can say CH2, convert this into CH3. So this 2 carbon atom alkyl is ethyl, which is alcohol. IUPAC name 2 carbon atom alkane, ethane, the word E is removed from there, ethanol. The next primary alcohol we'll see three carbon atoms. Two and three. It's in a straight chain and 3 carbon atom propyl alcohol, or the IUPAC name. This will be 1, will be second carbon atom, third. Propane means propan. The OH is attached to first carbon atom, 1, or next 4 carbon atoms, CH2OH, CH2, CH2, CH3. 4 carbon atoms is butyl. All the 4 are in straight chain, N-butyl, and OH will be alcohol, N-butyl alcohol. Now the IUPAC name. This carbon atom will be the first, second, third and fourth. 4 means butane, means E is removed, we call butan. OH is attached to the first one, butan, 1, all. So these are some examples of primary alcohol. Next, we'll go for the examples of secondary alcohol. Secondary alcohol. The functional group includes COH. It is attached to one hydrogen and the 2 valencies vacant, which are in turn attached to 2 carbon atoms. You can say it is CHOH. Now let us take the example for secondary alcohol. CHOH. This valencies, the two valency, one I've already filled with one carbon, H3, another carbon with H3. Right? Now we'll do the counting according to IUPAC rule. 1, 2 and 3. 3 means propane, right? And then naming over here we call it as propan. Propan. And the OH is attached to second carbon atom, propan 2 ol. This is the IUPAC name. Now the common name, 3 carbon atom, is propyl. As such, the OH is branch. Let's say it has isopropyl alcohol. Similarly, next one, COH, H, here one, CH2, CH3, and here place on CH3. Now these are 4 carbon atoms, means butyl. I'll go for the IUPAC name first. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 means butyl, but as such the functional group OH is branched, right? But the OH is attached to the carbon which is secondary. Secondary means it is attached to one carbon on the left hand side and one carbon on the downside. So here this will name this as secondary, means sec butyl alcohol, or the IUPAC name butan 2 ol. Now you must be confused with the word iso, right? Now isobutyl is what? Now the difference between isobutyl and sec-butyl you will come to know only with the structure. Let's draw the structure of isobutyl. These are 4 carbon atoms. Now OH is in isobutyl. The OH is attached to terminal carbon atom, right? Terminal means what? This carbon is primary, attached to CH2, and actually here instead of OH the carbon is branched. So the carbon over here, this will be CH3, 1, 2, 3, H, and this is CH3. So the difference between sec-butyl alcohol and isobutyl alcohol is the OH attached to this carbon with the functional group attached to the carbon. This carbon is primary, whereas in this case this carbon is secondary. The OH is branched over here, whereas in the case of isobutyl the alkyl group or the methyl group, the substituent, is branched. So now we'll go for the IUPAC name of this. 1, 2, 3. 3 means propane, which is attached on the first carbon atom, propan 1 ol, and this CH3, it turns out to be the substituent which is attached on the second carbon atom, 2 methyl propan 1 ol. Now the third classification we did was tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol, the functional group includes carbon attached to OH and these 3 valencies. There are no hydrogen atom attached, but they are attached to 3 different carbon atoms. So the example over here includes CH3, H3C, CH3. Now this carbon, which is attached to 3 carbon, right, is called tertiary carbon. In short, we'll name it as tert. All in there are 4 carbon atoms. So this is tert butyl alcohol. Now the IUPAC name for this: 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. If you count from left hand side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you count from down, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the maximum carbon chain we get is of 3. 3 means propane, means propan. The OH is attached on the second carbon atom. So it is propan 2 all. Now this, it falls out with the substituent methyl group, which is attached to second carbon atom. So it is 2 dash methyl. This P will be small, propan 2 all. Now in this only, the other classification includes the allylic alcohol. Allylic alcohol. Now allylic alcohol means what? The OH group, this OH group is attached to a sp3 hybridized carbon atom. But the same carbon, the CsP3 carbon atom, the OH attached to the sp3 hybridized carbon atom, in turn this is attached to carbon-carbon double bond. Or this, in short, is called as allylic carbon. Now let us take one example of that. For instance, this OH, CH2, carbon, double bond. Let's fill in the valencies. H, CH2. Okay. So these are all 3 carbon atoms. 1, 2, and 3. Double bond means alkene. 3 carbon atom means propane. If you say alkene, it is propene. So prop, the double bond is between second and third, so it will be prop 2 in. The OH is attached in the first carbon atom, 1 all. Prop 2 in, 1 all. Another example. Same thing. In place of these 2 hydrogens, I'll replace 1 hydrogen with a methyl group, H, CH2. Same, the counting goes where the OH gets the lowest number. So we'll start from here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 means but. The double bond is on third carbon atom. But 3 in. And the OH is on the second one. 2 all. But 3 in, 2 all. To the same structure, you can repeat it in another manner, like these 2 hydrogens, what I've shown over here. 1 CH3, and another CH3 will same, no difference. Only this H is replaced by a CH3. The numbering will be in the same form 1, 2, now this will be 3 and this will be 4. So 4 carbon atoms, double bond is on the third one, but 3 in. There's one substituent over here which is attached on the second carbon atom. So this will be 2 methyl but 3 in 2 all. So these examples what we have done are the allylic alcohol. Allylic means what? Carbon carbon double bond which is attached to a sp3 hybridized carbon atom, which in turn is attached to the functional group OH. Now the next classification is benzylic alcohols. Benzylic alcohols. Alcohols, we've already done the OH group, but here the OH group is attached to a sp2 hybridized carbon atom, right? Actually sp3, this in turn is attached to a sp2 hybridized carbon atom. For instance, OH, 3 valencies, all the 4 valencies are filled up, meaning this carbon is sp3 hybridized. We will replace this by HH, and then in turn this is attached to a benzene ring. So the name for this entire group, this is called as benzyl. OH is alcohol, or the other way also it can be named. This is one carbon atom alkene is methane, alcohol is methanol, and this forms the substituent benzene or phenyl. Name this as phenyl methanol. Same. Another example. Two carbon atoms. Ethanol. This ring is termed as phenyl. It will be named as phenyl. Ethanol. Next, you can replace this H by CH3. So 3 carbon atoms. Propane means propan. 1, 2, 3. Propan, 2 all, and this is phenyl. So this will be named as 2-phenyl. Propan, 2 all. So we are finished with the classification of sp3 hybridized carbon attached to OH group. Now there is one more short classification. When the OH is attached to sp2, OH is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon atom. Alcohols containing C sp2OH. So the OH group is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon atom, which is called as vinyl or vinylic carbon. For example, OH, C, double bond. Double bond means what? This is sp2 hybridized carbon. And the valence is H, CH2. So, 2 carbon atom ethane, it's a double bond. Ethene, we replace the word E by OL, ethanol. Ethanol, this is the IUPAC. The common, this group, CH2CH. This is specifically called as vinyl. And the OH is alcohol. Vinyl alcohol. So this was just the basic classification of alcohols. Now we'll go to the important part, is nomenclature. How will you name the alcohols according to IUPAC rule? Nomenclature. Compound. See the common name, and then the IUPAC. So in common name, we call this as alkyl alcohol, and in IUPAC, alkane, the word E is replaced by OL, alkanol. Let's deal with certain examples. OH attached to one carbon atom, CH3. CH3 is methyl, OH is alcohol. IUPAC name, one carbon atom alkane, methane, replace the E by OL, methanol. Second, OH, CH2, CH3, 2 carbon atoms, ethyl, alcohol, alkane, ethane, remove the word E, add OL, ethanol. Third, 3 carbon atoms, OH, CH2, CH2, CH3. 3 carbon atoms means propyl. All the 3 are in straight chain, means N. N propyl alcohol. The IUPAC name 1, 2, 3 is propan, which is attached to first carbon atom, propan 1, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now the OH is attached to the middle carbon atom. Let's fill in the valencies. Terminal CH3, CH3. Now the middle one, 1, 2, 3. The fourth one is H. 3 carbon atom, right? And OH is branch. This is isopropyl alcohol. IUPAC name 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3 means propan, which is attached to second carbon atom, propan 2 or. Next, four carbon atoms. Example, 1, 2, 3, 4. OH. CH2, 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 CH3. 4 carbon atoms. The alkyl group for 4 carbon atom is butyl. It's in a straight chain. N-butyl. OH is alcohol. IUPAC name 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 means butan. OH is attached to first carbon atom. Butan 1 all. Next 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the OH, either here or here, it's one in the same. OH. Let's fill in the valencies. CH3, H, CH2, CH3. Right? 4 carbon atoms. Butyl. Right? But here the OH is attached to the carbon, which in turn is attached to 2 different carbon atoms. So this carbon is secondary carbon. So we are not going to use the term iso over here. We'll use the term secondary. So for secondary we use word short sec. Butyl alcohol. IUPAC name 1, 2, 3, 4. OH must get the lowest number, second over here. If you count from left, it will be third. So 4 carbon atoms, butan. OH is on the second, butan 2 all. Next 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms, butyl. Now the OH is attached on the terminal. 1, 2, CH2, 1, 2, 3. This carbon will be H, 1, CH3, here CH3. So in this case, the carbon, the methyl group is branch, whereas the OH is attached on the terminal one. Right? So this type of branch carbon chain, this is called iso. 4 carbon atom, butyl alcohol. IUPAC name 1, 2, 3. Down you come 3. It's 3 carbon atoms, propan, and one particular alkyl group, it forms the substituent methyl. So it is 2 methyl propan 1 all. Now the next example, one carbon attached to 3 carbon atoms and one OH function. CH3, CH3, CH3. So as such we have done this in classification. When one carbon atom is attached to 3 different carbon atoms, it is termed as tertiary, and in short we call it as tert. Altogether 4 tert butyl alcohol. IUPAC name 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. You count from any direction, the total parent chain turns out to be 3 only. 3 means propane, that is propan. The OH is attached to the second carbon atom, propan, 2 all. Now this CH3, it forms a substituent which is methyl. So we'll write the naming again in one line. It has to be always 2 methyl propan 2 all. The next nomenclature, COH. here. This is H2, CH3, CH3, CH3. Then one carbon atom is attached to 4 different carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in total they are 5. 5 means pentyl. But this carbon atom will be termed as neo. One carbon atom attached to 4 different carbon atoms. Neopentyl alcohol. The IUPAC rule will be as usual. 1, 2, 3, up you go 3, down you go 3, 3 means propane, means propanol. These two, they form the substituent methyl, methyl. There are 2 methyls, means dimethyl, attached on the second carbon atom. So we'll name this as 2, 2 dash capital D dimethyl propan 1 all. So now here on, I'll give certain examples for homework. The one which are written in red ink, these you'll please try at home for practicing purposes, the nomenclatures. I'll give certain few more examples. So these 4 examples, students, you've tried it down for homework or yeah, home assignment. The next type of nomenclature we are going to study in this only. The question includes, give the IUPAC names of the following alcohols. Classify them as primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Also, identify the allylic and benzylic alcohols amongst them. Compound the IUPAC name, classification, allylic or benzylic. First one. Now let's for the naming. Naming has to be in such a manner the OH and the substituent must get the lowest number. If you count from the right hand side, 1, 2, 3, the OH gets the third position, 4, 5. 5 forms the parent chain. If you count from any direction, 5 will be the maximum parent chain. You count from here, from left hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, by counting from here, you get the OH on the third positions and the substituents on the second. Whereas if you count from the right hand side, you get the OH on the third, but the substituents you get on the fourth position. So, counting from left hand side is the appropriate one. So, this will be our first, the second, third, fourth and fifth. 5 means pentane, pentan. OH is attached on the third carbon atom. Pentan, 3 all. Now these two are the substituents. Methyl, methyl. There are 2 substituents, 2 di attached on the same carbon atom, 2, 2, dimethyl. Parent, pentan, 3 all. Now the classification of the OH group. Now this OH group is attached to this carbon atom. Now this carbon atom is in turn attached to the second carbon atom, this one, and here to another. It is attached to 2 different carbon atoms, and one H means it is secondary. So the OH is a secondary alcohol. Now here it is not attached, this carbon is not attached over here to this carbon to be attached to double bond, or neither on the right hand side. Now there is the presence of benzene ring, so no allylic or benzylic classification. Another example. This particular example you can take down for practice purpose or as homework. We'll take other example of the other alcohols. CH2OH, CH2, CH double bond, CH2. Now the IUPAC name 1, 2, 3, 4. Butene on third carbon atom it is but 3 in, which is attached on first, but 3 in, 1 all. Next, the OH, it is attached to primary, so it is primary carbon atom. Now this carbon is not attached to double bond over here, so it is not allelic. Another example of benzylic will try. Now this carbon atom, it is attached to the OH group, and in turn it is attached to the benzene ring. So this can be classified as benzylic alcohol. Now the IUPAC name, let's count. Right. This carbon atom which is attached to OH and to the benzene ring can start the counting from here also. Propane or propan, OH is attached to the first carbon atom, propan 1-ol. This falls another substituent, methyl. This falls another substituents, phenyl. So this can be named as 1-methyl. Alphabetical order, 1-phenyl, propan, 1-ol. Another way, it can name in a different, you can start counting from here 1, 2, 3, 4. Butane means butan. This is the substituent. 2-phenyl. Butan. 2-ol. So the same compound can be named in two different manners. Next, I'll give certain examples for homework. You can please note it down. First, and here this is chlorine, the one which is written in red. Now here you have to follow the priority rule, and according to that you have to do the nomenclature, the naming of the carbon chain. Here, instead of starting from the right hand side, according to the priority rule, you have to start from the left hand side. So this will be your first, second, third and fourth. Another example. Here again, same priority rule. The numbering will go from left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now as such there are two OH groups present. So this will be named as diol. So I have given you the hints. Please do complete the remaining part. Another example. A ring, it's cyclohexane ring with two OH group attached. Another example. One more example. Please try this at home. The remaining nomenclature written in red ink. Now we go for the next important part, is preparations of alcohols. So first we have finished with definition. Second includes the classification. Third goes the nomenclature, and now fourth includes the preparation of alcohols.